We started in the heart of Africa, and we've never stopped. Since 1940, we set out to breed, lead, and seed in Africa, and you could say we're on our way.
I was one of those who was asked to come in right at the very beginning of the story when the business, which had started life as a growers cooperative, was converting, was changing into a sort of fully fledged commercial venture, was obtaining a listing on the stock exchange and so on, and it was felt that other skills, particularly broader commercial skills, were required. We determined that we needed to diversify the sovereign risk in our business. We were very established and indeed very dominant in the Zimbabwean market for a number of seed products, but particularly for hybrid maize, and determined that the only way we were really going to grow the business was to expand our footprints.
It's been our mission to dominate the agro-industry in Africa and to produce the most brilliant seeds in the world. Our products are tolerant to drought conditions and bring in the highest yields.
I think Seedco is poised for tremendous growth. When you look at it, at the moment we've by and large been concentrating on markets in Southern, Eastern and Central Africa. But now with the coming of our French partners, Limagrain, we are now looking at going into Francophone West Africa, which is a whole big subcontinent on its own.
It's why we've been able to work with the best in the industry, like our friends at Limagrain, who are world leaders in seed manufacturing.
I think that Seedco internally has decided that maybe Limagrain could be a good partner. So they offered to join as a shareholder, and that was at the time that for Limagrain it was an opportunity to become the first shareholder in importance.
Our partnership has taken our research capacity to much higher levels.
We have been the first company that is based in Africa to invest in the technology that we have in this lab. In terms of competing with the big boys out there, we are right in the same league with them. So going forward, we think Seedco is going to move from strength to strength. Seedco is already strong, it can only get stronger.
And Seedco has also managed to put together a team of experts in research, from technology to classical breeding activities. That ability to integrate technology with classical breeding is really a plus for Seedco.
I'm one of those people who are very privileged that Seedco employs me, but I work 100% for the farmers. Do all this investment, we're not doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for our farmers.
Africa is rising, the cities are expanding, and Seedco is moving to support the emerging economies on the continent. Our reach has expanded from one country to 15 African countries.
For Tanzania, the growth is enormous. We look at the size of the market as number one. Tanzania is 4 times the size of Zambia, and that landscape alone tells you the opportunities that exist in Tanzania.
Seedco has had a great impact in the Kenyan economy since we started here. The farmers that we have worked with, from the seed growers to the grain producers themselves, we have seen a growth in yields.
We look how many hectares of seed of commercial maize grown in the country, how much seed is potentially needed. To say that the world is our oyster is an understatement. We could not only feed Malawi, we feel we could. If people use our seed, we could end up feeding Africa.
The importance of being Pan-African is the fact that we operate in very diverse cultures and communities. I think that brings competitive advantage to the group. Both from an agronomical perspective, we are operating and developing varieties that are different to agroeconomical regions, and that gives us competitive advantage.
You get to learn from what is happening in other countries, and you utilize that to make business in countries like Zambia. You learn from what is happening in Kenya. Kenya will learn from what is happening in Zambia. So it's that collaboration and the synergy that makes it a Pan-African company.
We're driven by the passion to deliver. When we win together. Quality in everything.
We're very clear on our mission and vision, because we are here to breed for the farmers. We are here to seed. We are here to improve the livelihoods of Zimbabwean people and of the African people.
The provision of high-yielding varieties to more and more of our farmers will help them increase their quantities of food produced and have some for export.
It's not just about selling seed, it's about providing solutions in the broadest sense of that word to our growers, many of whom are small-scale growers, and we see our role there as being able to assist them to enhance their productivity.
We keep on learning, and at the end of the day, it's our people that give us pride to go on.
It's on a mission, an interesting mission of breeding, seeding and feeding in Africa. That is quite fulfilling because it talks about not only selling as a business, but improving what the farmer does, the yields for the farmer, giving them the best varieties and improving their yields, their productivity. And as a result of that, the farmers have food surplus, which they can sell and send their children to school and come back and invest in newer varieties.
Zimbabwe is yearning for growth. Africa is yearning for growth. And what is exciting is that SEEDCO is well positioned to work with various partners to bring about this African agricultural growth.
Producing food for ourselves, producing raw materials for industry on the continent, keeping the wealth on the continent, creating opportunities for scientists and technologists and high-end employment, I think is exciting.
There are bread baskets to build. There are granaries to fill. There are hard workers who need someone to believe in them.
People need food, people need to be fed. That's why we're here. That's why we're the #1 seed company in Africa. And that's why we're the Pan-African seed company. We're here to feed the people.
So when the bold African sun beats down on the land and the rains flood the soil, we will help farmers be prepared. After 77 years in the seed business, we see communities thrive. And every year, we champion a brighter future for Africa. SEEDCO, the African Seed Company.